Yes, people, and welcome back to another SDS Extra video. And today we are going to be doing a preview of the Premier League, not a roundup. So interesting one, but there's some interesting fixtures this weekend as well. Some big ones. We've got Man City, Liverpool, Everton, United, Newcastle, Forest, Aston Villa v Chelsea, and Arsenal versus West Ham. Some big games. And I feel like it's only right to start with the biggest one. Man City versus Liverpool. What do we think is going to happen here? Because City coming off the back of a 4-0 win versus Newcastle as well. Liverpool, people say over the past couple of weeks, maybe performances haven't been there. Like champions-elect, they're getting those results over the line. What do we think this game is going to kind of throw us this time round? Because last couple of years, this has been number one and number two. Yeah. Even though Arsenal have got in there over the past year or two, but
I'm trying to think Liverpool at Etihad as well too. How often do they win there? When's the last time Liverpool beat
not so much.
In the Prem, when's the last time they won at the Etihad?
Their head-to-head. I think the last time they won at the Etihad, they lost.
To be fair, 2-3. What, May 2022? What game was that?
April 2022.
When Liverpool won 3-2.
Yeah, Liverpool won 3-2. Konate header and Mane.
No, that's in the
goals.
FA Cup. That's FA Cup. That's FA Cup. So yeah, that one doesn't
Silva. Yeah, it's been a while actually. I think since they won at the Etihad. Damn, I'm scrolling back to 2018. I know when it is. 2018, July 26th. But that was even in the Champions League.
No, I know it's they won 3-1 there. I think it's 15-16 Klopp's first season.
Yeah,
you are correct. It was 4-1. It was 4-1. Yeah, 2015. 4-1.
That's a long time. That's almost
Mangala on goal. Coutinho was still playing.
That was like Klopp's big first win. Yeah, I remember that one.
That was the last win. Do Liverpool come out with the 3 points here?
No, I think it's a 1-1 draw in my opinion.
1-1.
I'm saying 1-1.
I think more than 1.
I think it will be a very much a cagey game a little bit. I think both teams will try to nullify each other. I think it's looking like a 1-1.
I think it's going to be an entertaining draw.
Exactly. It'll be entertaining.
I think with City's new signing, it kind of breathes some new life into them. I think they look a lot quicker and more intense with the likes of Gonzalez and Marmouche. I think it's going to be an exciting game. Liverpool obviously are winning games, but they aren't going into this game their best version. But I still think they'll have enough. I think it'll be a 1-1, 2-2 draw. Yeah.
I think the key battle for me in this game is going to be the midfield. I think City, obviously, against Newcastle, I think the midfield with Nico Gonzalez provided some much-needed life. But I think for me, I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, Liverpool's midfield is low-key their strong point. I think they're kind of all jack of all trades. They can do it all. They're very physical. They're technically very sound, and I think if Liverpool can dominate that region and almost make City look how they've looked over the past couple of weeks, I think that is going to be a key matchup. But then another one, I think Haaland's performances over the past couple of weeks has really turned the corner. He's grabbing games by the scruff of the neck.
He's up against his nemesis, man. I can't lie. And I say nemesis. Nemesis makes it sound like you guys have like even battles. I can't lie. Van Dijk is his kryptonite, bro. Let's go. That brother can't play against Virgil, so this is a big test for him.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Phil Foden this game. I think Phil Foden has to have a huge game because I remember the first leg, out of everybody, and City played poor that day, he was the most disappointing one for me. Now, since the turn of the year, I think his form has picked up. He's scored a few more goals than he did earlier in the year, but this is a game where the reigning player of the year, we expect you to be the one to kind of like unlock the solutions. So I'm looking at him in particular.
I say put a Phil Foden in the bag, man.
Why?
Put it in the bag, man.
You're crazy.
I think for a player of the season last year to have the season, I don't think I've ever seen that ever.
But it's not just him.
No, I have. Mahrez did it the year after. Hazard did it the year after.
He made a move though. He made a move to a whole new club.
No, he didn't, bro. Mahrez won the league with Leicester, and then the following season didn't do well.
was the one that left after
the league.
Hazard had that season after 14-15. I've definitely seen players.
I don't know. Not to this big of a drop off. I don't think so. I don't think I've seen a player go from being.
Hazard had that almost like a calendar year of dry spell.
There's nothing a goal.
But you're looking at a player that at this age now, how old is he? Like 24, 25
I don't disagree, but this is you're talking about a whole Foden conversation in terms of his career. I'm talking, if you look at the last month, since 2025, I think the stat was no one has scored more in the Prem than him. I actually think his performances, they've improved.
Since the start of the year, it has obviously picked up a bit more. But
I'm saying I am expecting, that's my expectation. I still think he's a good player. The momentum to carry into this game, and he's going to be the one that if City are going to do anything in this game, I'm looking at Foden. He has to have a big part.
I'm looking at Omar.
I don't think he even
starts. I was about to say,
is there star, bro? Come on, Foden's going to start against Liverpool.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
Because I think I think the three behind is almost becoming a lock. I'll be honest with you. In Omar, Foden in the 10, and
Savio on the right.
And I think and I like that you call him Savio because I think he should go back to that. But I think those three behind Haaland, for me, are really becoming the lock. I think Doku's going to be the impact man coming off the bench.
Especially-
But Omar is one I want to talk about.
That's the
Because
one. That's the
especially
one.
on
you've
the
got
right-hand
the
side.
OG Egyptian
It's-
in Salah, who's obviously been Ballon d'Or contender this season.
Yeah.
And then you've got
Got the
Omar
new
Marmoush
gen.
coming off the back of a hat trick.
He's
on form
Looking
right
like
now.
one of the
Fire.
best players in Europe this season. Could this maybe be a passing of the mantle game? Or is this going to be Big Bro's going to let you know, hey, young buck,
I think Salah's,
this is my league,
Salah's
you
still
know.
got it.
Let me borrow that chain.
I don't think he's ready to pass the torch yet, but I think he needs to let him know who the real.
I think he will, man.
Is from Egypt.
Yeah.
So that's what he's got to show it on that game. He's got to show it that game. That's the game to do it. If you're gonna do it any game, that's the one still.
And I think if Omar Marmoush is going to be the next one up, this is the kind of game where
you
you
just
just
wanna
a little
make-
notice.
you
For
wanna
sure.
make
Hey,
your-
For sure, it's rememberable.
I know you got the winner there. I still left with my 2 goals or something, you know what I mean? But score predictions, what are we going to go for this one? Lias?
2-2.
2-2?
2-1 City.
2-1
1-1
City? You said 1-1 City.
yeah.
I think I don't know. I have a sneaky feeling Liverpool might drop points midweek, but then I think this one, I'm looking at a win. I'll be honest with you. I think it's a strange one, especially looking at their record. They haven't won this since 2016, but this Liverpool team, I think they find a way to win in a lot of games, and I think this one is going to be a sticky one potentially, but I'm going 2-1 narrow Liverpool win.
Okay.
I think it'll be a close game, but Salah, he's got that capability of just popping up at the right time when you
And
need
against
it.
City as well, too. He's
And
got a
against
very good
City as
track
well,
record.
so I'm looking at this as like,
It's the inevitable.
please turn up. But let's move on anyway to Everton versus Manchester United. And listen, people will say this is a lower half clash, but David Moyes derby. Obviously, he's looking rejuvenated with this Everton side. Beto looking like a whole new player.
That's true.
Amarim hasn't really, found his feet the last couple of weeks. What are you guys hope? I mean, the last couple of weeks have really been bad though in terms of the first couple of weeks. But what are you guys kind of thinking for this game?
I mean, our track record in terms of Goodison Park hasn't been
It's
great for
always
the
been-
last.
it's
It's always been
tough.
difficult.
Even
It's
under
always
Fergie, it was a tough place
it was
to
always a tough place to go to. So even at our best, we've always had to fight for the 3 points. In these circumstances, bro, I don't expect this team to get 3 points. Obviously, I would love for them to pull out something out of the bag, but at the moment with
the early
injuries that we
kickoff
have,
as well, 12:30.
That's the
Oh,
worst.
put it in the
And that's
bag.
put it in the bag. Put it in the
early
bag. So
Saturday kickoff as well.
I'm gonna go full. I'm gonna just get this one over and done with. 12:30 kickoff, Goodison Park. It's never easy. 2-1 Everton. I'm gonna just go for
2-1 Everton.
I say 2-0.
You say 2-0?
Yeah.
And
2-0
is that due to the, obviously, all the injuries that you've got now at this point, the midfield
I mean,
being
that
what it
helps,
is?
but also Everton are in really good form, bro. I think
Yeah,
they've lost
they are
one
very
game since David Moyes came in
Yeah.
the job, I want to say. Or at least in the last 5 they have one
Bournemouth,
loss against
Bournemouth,
Bournemouth.
yeah.
He obviously Everton, I think even under Sean Dyche, to be fair, were very solid defensively. I don't think there was anything you could take away from them, but it was always goals that were an
Yeah,
issue
that
for
were
them
iffy,
to kind of
yeah,
find. But
scoring goals.
Since Moyes came in, I think he's breathed new life into this team.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think you correctly pointed it out. That guy looked like the worst striker in the league before he came in, and all of a sudden now he looks like a real handful for anybody.
And he was saying even after the game, he said confidence, how important that is for him,
It
and
is
how
for
he's
striker
really,
as well.
he's really
Striker
struggled
A
as
for
good,
it.
one manager can completely change your fortune, and I think Moyes has done that. I look at a team that are on really good trajectory versus a team in Man United that genuinely look like they could lose every single game. They don't look like convincing in any game. We played Fulham, Southampton, doesn't matter. Like we look like we're struggling, and I don't know. I'm worried. I think the most we can hope for is a draw.
Yeah, facts. I don't see a way of us winning this game.
And it's so crazy because if you look at almost United's next 3 fixtures, you've got Everton, you've got Ipswich after that, and Fulham.
Surely you could be
Historically, you would almost look at those and think,
be like, that's our 3
9
games,
points or
yeah.
6 points, at least 7 points, something like that. It's crazy now. It almost sounds like you almost don't know where your next win is going to come
Don't
from.
know where our next
Madness. But I'm sure Everton will be looking at this as another opportunity to almost show a bit of recovery. I think they're moving further and further away from that relegation spot. I think David Moyes as well.
above us about
once
relegation
again,
stuff. They're
yeah,
coming
of
from
course.
top half.
Yeah,
But I think David Moyes once again showing, listen, he's not a finished manager. I know at
rejuvenate.
West Ham he may have been kind of, hey,
It was
we
tough.
need
Kinda
you to go,
excellent
time to
job in
go,
West Ham,
whatever.
yeah.
And I said he maybe should have left after the Conference League,
Yeah,
just so
true.
we can
The
maintain that sense of appreciation, if you like. But lovely to see him, I'll be honest, back at Everton doing his thing as well.
Just
And
before they move into the new
I've
stadium
always
as well.
hated Everton being just above those relegation
Relegations
spots.
and-
I think historically, we always look at Everton as like, whenever a player performed well in the Premier League, it was always, before you go to the big 6,
Go
go
to
to
that.
you linked him to an
Moyes, bro.
Everton or a Spurs, and you was
Yeah.
like, that's the next
But
step before you make that
Moyes
big
actually
jump.
brought them to that level of respectability.
Yeah.
Because before Moyes got in, they were like
Fully
they
agree.
were completely dead in the water.
Absolutely.
They're probably in a worse situation when he first took them over than they were this most recent time.
Yeah.
And
So it'd be
I
interesting.
think he's the one that really turned Everton into like a mainstay. Obviously, they've never been relegated, but like a real Premier League outside of the top 4, they're next up. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, he did that
100%.
with West Ham as well. As
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
as people
Of course,
may not
of
have
course.
liked
How
how
he
he
done
played
it.
football, how he done it, I think back-to-back sixth place finishes,
Yeah.
and then the very next year winning your first ever Conference League trophy.
Bear in mind, he took them when they were in the relegation battles. as well.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
you know,
So you only hope he can kind of continue building that, but maybe not at the cost of you guys. But let's move on anyway. Newcastle versus Forest, which seems like the two
that's a
overperforming
big game.
teams of the season this season. Forest obviously sitting in third place. I think Newcastle currently sitting in seventh place.
It's crazy because
3 defeats in their last 4, though, however. And
It was Newcastle.
Newcastle, 4-0 to Manchester City, 2-1 to Fulham, and then 4-1 to Bournemouth at home as well. So before that as well, they were going on like a golden run of scoring 4, 5, and 6.
They went on a huge winning run.
What do you lot make of this game? Is this going to be a close one?
Well, last season's fixture, this exact fixture. Well, you know what Chris would done the hat trick at the.
He's got a hat trick against them last year. I don't even remember
that was
I'm
getting my
leg
leg back on you lot for treating me like trash.
Yeah, literally, you know. So again,
I almost feel like that's when this golden era of form actually began.
yeah,
if I'm not
100%.
mistaken.
Yeah, Brian forgot from that game, and it's crazy because it's like it's almost gonna be like it could be like a full circle moment because obviously the form that
I don't know, you know.
obviously Forest have had this season, I think they're in a much better place than they were last season. Obviously now you got Newcastle in a bit of dip of form. Obviously losing 4-0 to Man City, there needs to be a response. So I'm kind of interested. I think this game can go both ways. I think it can go Newcastle restore their winning ways, or Forest go there and they just run right over there. So I don't know. I don't see a draw in this.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
Both these teams are so direct too. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, they play like old school.
School.
Honestly,
Yeah.
That's what I
they're
like.
aggressive. They're physical. They put balls into the box. You're looking at two like bully center forwards. Really, Isaac does it in a slightly different way. But I'm interested for this game.
And even their centre back pairings, honestly.
Very strong.
teams.
Real physical.
Like,
I think Newcastle will win this game though. I think Isaac maybe the last few games in the Prem hasn't been at the blistering form he was before that. But I think he's going to turn up this game.
Not just him, Gordon as well, man.
I think
feel like they both turn up
Jacob
at the same
Murphy
time.
gets overlooked a lot as well
He
on that
does.
right
That
hand
front
side.
three is a nice
the amount of
player.
assists he's got this year, I think he's one of those players who will never get into the it's a front three, but it's almost like if you watch Newcastle, he does a lot of the dirty work. And then that midfield three of Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali.
real man.
We were talking about
man.
Liverpool's
Real
midfield.
man that can
That is number 2, and that's the exact thing I think with both of these teams that you said so
Physicality.
perfectly. And I love about Newcastle Forest. They want to play football. They will.
They will play, yeah.
They want to play boxing. They will.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
take the game whatever
Whatever
way you
direction
want.
they
So
want. Yeah.
I think you're right. This is going to be a close game. I think prediction wise,
I think
I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2.
I'm gonna go 2-2 draw. I think both teams are liable to score goals.
Yeah.
But then the defenses are also very good. So
I got 2 on Newcastle.
I'm going 1-1.
Is it? I'm going 3-2 Forest.
3-2 Forest. That's a classic. What the hell?
I would say I'm going for entertain. I think this could be the entertaining game. I think this might be the most entertaining game of the weekend. I'm going for
it's just before the Liverpool
Yeah.
City one. So I mean, Sunday's gonna be. It's
gonna
actually
be
Super
crazy.
Sunday. I
Yeah,
can't lie.
yeah, it's a serious.
So I'm looking forward to this, but I'm gonna stick with my 2-2. Let us know in the comments as well in the
1-1
predictions
for
what
sure.
you guys think as well. We've just talked about obviously City versus Liverpool, United v Everton, and now the Newcastle Forest. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Moving on next, let's move on to Aston Villa versus Chelsea, and this is another interesting one. Villa looking like
They're finding some type
they're
of form.
finding themselves, and also the January
Yes.
additions of Asensio, Rashford giving them a little bit of new life as well. Marlon as well. I think everybody forgets they've signed as well. But Chelsea have hit the bump in the road that I think everybody was kind of expecting in their title race.
I don't
But
think anyone expected this bump over. This ain't a bump anymore, bro.
this?
The road has just collapsed.
back-to-back losses to Brighton. Obviously 3-1 loss to Man City as well in the last 4 games. But what do we make of this one?
Oof, I'm
feel like-
saying
yeah, go ahead.
Rashford versus Sancho. I'm interested. Yeah, it's the battle.
It's
But
the
the freedom
battle.
fight for the
The
fight
freedom
for-
battle.
the
The
fight
fight for freedom. The fight for freedom battle. That's what this one is. Yeah. I don't know. This is
Please
very,
rise, Sancho.
I'm
That's all
going-
I'm at. Please rise, Sancho. Honestly,
I'm going for a Villa win, you know.
I think this is, in my opinion, I think this will be a comfortable
Because I'm looking
win.
at Chelsea, the attack.
Villa win.
I think it's going to be
Villa are so weird,
Villa
bro,
win.
because they drop points in
Yeah.
weird games as well too. They're a good bet for those big games.
Yeah.
but they drop careless points as well too,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
That's the only thing. Every time I've said, "Oh, this is going to be easy Aston Villa win," they seem to surprise me. Even the Wolves game, I just thought, "Yeah, they're going to go grab 3 points." They didn't.
Yeah, drew
They
Ipswich
lost
at
2-0.
home. They drew Ipswich at home this week.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
they
a
just
weird
seem to
team.
surprise me. So as much as that on paper it should be an Aston Villa win, comfortable Aston Villa win, but Chelsea, given the players that they have, there is quality.
we
there.
ain't doing that, man.
I just think
I feel like they're missing that 9 that they had in Jackson. That
Yeah, I do. I hear what you're saying.
Like,
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, I just think Villa's biggest problem are themselves. That's the issue that I have with them. So I think I'm gonna go for
I'm gonna bank on the Villa's quality to push them through, and I think with Chelsea, the fact that their form has dipped, I think confidence has dipped in some of these players. You look at some of their bigger stars like Caicedo, like a Palmer, they've kind of tailed off a little bit now, unless those guys pull out worldly performance, which Cole Palmer is capable of. Let's be honest, he might leave this game with a hat trick or whatever. But I'm looking at Villa at home. Villa Park is always a fortress in my opinion, always noisy as well, and I'm thinking. Rashford last game as well. He's looking like he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. So I'm really thinking Villa could walk away here 3-1 winners.
3-1.
Listen, Brighton made it look very easy, and Brighton absolutely tore them to shreds. The only thing I think that could hold Villa back is the fact that they also play with Liverpool midweek. Could they be tired? Could they be And I think one thing we've seen with Villa in the Champions League when they have played it, they have a deep squad. But there is always that knock-on effect on when you play that second game in the week. So that could be the kind of saving grace for Chelsea where they could potentially nick. Prediction-wise, what we going?
I go Villa 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. Same movie.
1-0 Villa.
1-0 Villa?
Yeah.
I'm saying 2-2.
Boring 1-0 or?
Yeah, but just normal 1-0 casual. Controlling game 1-0.
I'm saying 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
Nah, fair.
We even like there's a goal fest.
Yeah, man. Listen, I hope so. Listen, the way the fixtures are lining up this week, I can't lie to you. This is why we're doing a preview, because there's actually some really good fixtures. And then, of course, last game, Arsenal versus West Ham. And I think the last time, if I'm not mistaken, when they went to the London Stadium, it was 2-0.
No, you talk about their first game. I'm talking about the last year's game.
Yeah. But then I remember they also did a 5-0, wasn't it, at the London Stadium?
No, at London Stadium, they keep bopping them. But the problem is when they go to the Emirates.
Yeah. What do we make of this one?
Straight boppage.
You know what? I'm going for, as a hater as I am, I'm going for West Ham win.
Look at this. He has a hater. He's really at the Emirates Stadium waiting.
Yo, no. You're going to need to explain to me why.
The reason why I go for why Arsenal.
Elaborate, what does that mean?
Full of surprises, man. And I think this weekend they're going to give me another birthday surprise. It's not even my birthday.
Ah, birthday boy, yeah.
It's Dominic's birthday.
Close to the
It's my birthday surprise. That's what I said. Exactly what I just said. They're going to give me a birthday surprise. It's not even my birthday. That's how nice they are.
Get the hell out. Why you guys clapping?
So you guys all clapping. It's his birthday. It's your birthday, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to deliver it to you. So I'm going to deliver it to you.
Playing on the same day as United. Are United playing on Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, please.
Oh, so if they lose your birthday, that's
Saturday.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I'm going with a shocking 2-1 West Ham win.
That is crazy. Outrageous.
Shameless.
Who's gonna score?
Shameless.
My boy Somerville.
It's like
Suchek.
Step
up, please.
Marino's bucking his rival today, bro.
Yeah.
Suchek, Fellaini, Marino.
Suchek,
That's a Pokemon evolution.
Suchek is going to show him how it's really done.
I love it.
That's a Pokemon evolution, bro.
But yeah, I'm going for West Ham 2-1.
Obviously, your team.
2-0 Arsenal.
Comfortable.
Comfy.
I don't think you should be comfy, man.
Comfy.
I mean, Leicester, it took some heroics against Marino.
But that's what we do, man. That's what winners do, man.
Oh, you know
Catch
what?
out the bag, man. Special tricks.
Does you reckon Marino maybe plays in the false line for this game?
I think he'll do the same thing. Start Trossard in the middle and then bring Marino as a sub, impact sub.
Calafiori left wing?
No chance.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Tierney left wing is a different story.
That whip.
Whip down the line. Just knock it
on the left, Waneri on the right.
Come on. Don't play with him.
Marino in the middle.
That brother's starving.
Actually, no, you know what? I'm thinking I need to do reverse psychology.
This guy.
I need to
Do you know this guy? He has a internal warfare in his mind. Reverse psychology with who? Reverse psychology with who? With himself. I don't get it, bro. What's going on?
So I'm gonna say actually, I'm going with Rinidy's prediction. I'm gonna say 2-0 Arsenal.
I'm changing mine now.
What you think? What you?
I'm changing mine now. If he's going without changing
This guy gave me a wink, bro.
I'll change it. What do
I'm going
Arsenal?
with 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal.
2-0.
2-0?
Yeah.
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal as well then.
1-0 Arsenal.
1-0 Arsenal.
What in the cat and mouse is going on here? Lias, what are you saying for this game?
3-0 Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal. I think it's gonna be.
You said it was comfortable. Oh, it's gonna be.
I said 2-0, but 3.
3 is too much.
Yeah, it's too much, man.
I actually think it'll be 2-1. I think West Ham could pop up with a goal here and there, but I think Arsenal are struggling in attack, and I think they keep getting bailed out. But I think Waneri, this could be one of those games where
At home, by the way, they don't lose, man.
Yeah, at home, I think it's always
shout out to star players for
Arsenal
Ethan,
over the past year or two, and then I think Waneri is going to have something special in store. This could be one of those games where it's like, hey, okay, man, this kid England talk soon.
Yeah,
him
England
and Skelly, we'll talk soon.
soon. Yeah,
We'll talk soon,
Jed
man.
Spencer, include him in that as well, man. Come on, man. England soon come. But yeah, anyway, guys, that is all
Don't
for
know
the
about that one.
preview this week. Let us know your
Brother
thoughts and your
starving.
predictions in the comments. We've covered 5 games here, of course.
What
We
about
will be
Ipswich and
doing
Spurs?
a roundup.
Put that shit in the bag.
I mean, Ipswich and
Whoa,
Spurs.
I see Ipswich and Spurs here, and he's trying to run away from that.
Yo,
No,
listen,
do you know
listen,
why?
listen.
And I'll tell you why he's trying to run away from it.
'Cause in case they
No,
lose.
because last time, and I'm gonna bring it back. You know, last time when they beat us 3-0 at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I said to him, "Yo,
Watch out.
you got Brighton next weekend. Just watch out." What ended up happening? They lost to Brighton. So
this week, we got this week.
they're doing a victory lap.
Alright, go on.
Stay right here, man. Stay right here. Listen.
We got
So, victory lap,
for
yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going for 2-1 Ipswich against Spurs.
No,
think so?
what's it called?
Reverse psychology.
No, there's no reverse psychology. I know what's gonna happen. This is facts.
I actually hear it.
I'm telling you,
Yeah?
2-1.
I hear it. I think-
2-1 Ipswich.
Yeah, 2-1 Ipswich.
They're gonna do the double. That's crazy.
But it 2-1 Ipswich. Let's go.
See, we're going to spin the block on this clip. We are going to absolutely wash Ipswich. Players coming back
Do
from
you-
injury.
wait, do you not
Matthias
believe
Tel.
that?
Hold
You
up.
don't believe that?
You don't believe
Wallahi,
that?
I believe this.
What?
Ipswich, track the boys. You're in huge fucking trouble.
Whoa.
On that note,
This has the potential to be the best clip of all time.
What?
Please, Liam.
see me on Monday.
Liam!
Monday Night War. Raw is war.
Raw is war.
Raw is war.
Hey, bro.
I get
it.
Who's used to watch WWE, man? Come on, man. There was
You didn't
inside.
watch Balamori.
Listen.
If you know, you know.
All the rich kids at home, I'm sure you don't remember, man.
What did you say?
Balamori's a kids show.
Balabori.
Balamori.
I ain't never heard of that shit.
What's the story in Balamori?
You sing it, don't make it. I've never heard this before.
What's the story in
Balamori. Would you like to know?
I'm gonna give you 2 more. Listen, people, let us know your predictions below. Make sure you're subscribed to SDS Extra. We've always got extra content coming for you guys. Big year coming ahead as well. We're not stopping now. We did our first live show abroad. There's plenty more coming. If you want to see us in your city as well, drop it in the comments at Sharky on Twitter. Let him know you want to see us in Toronto, Stockholm, Kenya, South Africa.
Yeah.
City gotta be lit, though,
Nowhere
huh? City
is
gotta
there
be
a
lit, though.
boundary.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
There's definitely boundaries, huh?
Say gonna be lit.
Wait.
Y'all gotta
Whoa,
be
he
lit.
had
He had South Africa. And all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
South Africa is only a boundary.
Boundaries, bro. No, I didn't.
Hey, if you want us in your city, let us know in
What
the
did you
comments.
say? Kansas City. You're gonna be up there.
Yeah.
Oh, Kansas.
Mahomes,
Shout out.
Chief City.
Yeah.
Woo, let's go, baby.
Man,
Till next time.
man, ain't shit
Take
doing
care.
Kansas, man.